Hey, fellow adventurers. Today is day 40 in our journey to read through the Bible in a year. This is a huge accomplishment. It reminds me of Moses at Sinai with God, or Elijah on his 40-day journey to the mountain of God, and even of Jesus' time of fasting in the wilderness. The season of Lent that we're in, leading up to Easter, is also of that same length. There are long times of engagement and advancement with God. I have previously fasted for that length of time, and it isn't always the same throughout. There are sections of it that fasting is easy and focusing on God seems to come naturally. However, there are also struggles and distractions that come along. Today, I was reminded of this when Jesus prays in the Garden of Gethsemane in Matthew 26:39. "My Father, if it is possible, let this cup of suffering be taken away from me. Yet I want your will to be done, not mine." Is this something that you or I can easily pray? This prayer is not merely a moment in Jesus' life because he's been progressing towards it all of his life. He's been telling his followers for a while that he's going to Jerusalem to die and lay down his life for them. I'm reminded of a famous exchange between Frodo and Gandalf from the movie, because it's not in the books, where they're in the mines of Moria. And Frodo says, "I wish none of this had happened." To which Gandalf replies, "So do all who live to see such times. But that is not for them to decide. All we have to decide is what to do with the time that has been given to us." I see these two accounts, one factual, one fictional, as giving us encouragement for what we face today. Are we praying that God would take the cup of suffering in this pandemic away from us? Are we merely wishing that none of this had happened? Or will we firstly decide to submit ourselves to the will of God and to decide to live for God within the time that we have been given? I want to encourage you today to embrace God's will for you in these times. You are purposefully part of God's design for these days. Will you decide to play your part for God? God bless you all.